I want to talk to you. So we're talking about surviving COVID, and we were just talking about some of the things to do and not do during the interview process. But one of the things I really specifically wanted to talk to you about is right now with COVID, there's this huge idea that, oh, I just can't get a job because of COVID. Oh, I can't, there's just too many people. There's just this or that. What's your response to that?
Yeah, so that's a stigma. Stigmas are good only for people that care about them.
I like that.
So, right, I mean, you can get a job. And a job isn't necessarily what you need all the time. So I tell everybody as soon as they get into transition mode, if they haven't already done so, start your own LLC, right? And then start doing some work in the industry that you want to work in, right? Do some research about the companies you'd like to work for or do projects for, and publish that data. Right. And like, for instance, here's some of the things that I do. So I do employer brand strategy for companies. And so part of that is doing an audit on their employer brand, their reputation management, all that stuff. And then I compare it against, 5 competitors. And that's the basis. That's where we start. Here's your perception in the market now, your share of voice in each of the regions where you're trying to recruit and attract people. Do something like that. Like study the company.
I love that.
Yeah, study the company that you'd like to work for and 5 of their competitors and say, here's how they could do their HR processes better or their onboarding for job candidates better based on survey results that I gathered or whatever it is. And if you're in accounting, do a survey around, payroll and
the
accounting
financials.
process with, yeah, exactly. And then publish that data on LinkedIn under your new job, which is your new LLC, right? And your experience on LinkedIn, and then tag all the people that work for those companies.
Yes, I love that. Yes, I love that. That's so creative.
The people
I like
that you
that.
want to do the work for, show them what value you could bring.
Yes.
And before you know it, your friends will be reaching out and saying, hey, could you do something like this for us? And you've got project number 1. Okay. And then that's going to snowball and it's going to be fun. And you're going to have this great lifestyle business happening. And before you know it, somebody will offer you a job because it'll be cheaper to hire you full time than pay you to consult.
100%. And I've actually seen this work for more than just Craig, by the way, guys. Dan Irvin, we've had him on the show and he's spectacular. He is just spectacular. And he did essentially the same thing. And now he has a whole job with public speaking that he started during COVID. And he's now a paid public speaker and management consultant as well, a leadership consultant. And that's amazing. So this is one very creative way to do that. And people think, oh, I don't want to consult. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, number one, what you're doing isn't working if you've been unemployed for 6 months or more. And you weren't on yet when I shared the stat, but over 3.9 million people have been unemployed for over 6 months in this country. Something you're doing isn't working. Right. So try this new way to do it. And it doesn't mean you have to be a consultant forever, but it brings in money in the meantime. And it's a creative way to not get lost in the shuffle, which was the number one response we got that people are afraid of right now in COVID is getting lost.
And here's the other thing, Catherine, once you've started your company, never close it, right? Your end date is always to present on your LinkedIn profile. And so you never have that gap in your resume. Right. You've always got that to pivot back to. So for several years, I was a leader at one of the largest staffing companies in